dum do do dee dee dum dee dum. Oh, oh, oh. Rather drink a muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. Rather drink a muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. That's some hippie song that I can't remember the title. But I was just doing a hippie thing, which is to wake up in the middle of the night and go to nature and sing and dance and exercise and talk to God. Uh, Breslov's kind of like the original hippie movement, except, of course, real Breslov, you know, no sex and drugs, no illicit sex and drugs. Um, yeah, the hippies had, a lot of it right and some big chunks wrong that messed up the whole thing. So I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. But yeah, I tried the hippie thing pretty seriously. I never quite, you know, I never quite succeeded. I remember my grandpa, God bless him, poor guy, he was having some big, important family gathering. He was a big, like, fundraiser for philanthropies in the South, Jewish philanthropies. So he was having some big family to do. And I showed up. I this was like in my late teens or something. I hitchhiked across country and showed up, like a backpack and smelly armpits and all that. Poor guy. He rolled with it pretty good, but it's a bit abnormal. So I couldn't quite let go of the hippie thing. That's why I ended up in Breslov. I was just telling someone tonight. I was doing some kind of Tai Chi out in the park. In Breslov, the best habit in the world is to go to bed as early as possible and then get up in the middle of the night and go out to nature alone. So I finally pulled it off tonight. I went out to the park in Jerusalem near my office, and this drunk Muslim Arab guy stopped on his bike. I was a little scared. He was just watching me for a while, and then he came over. It's like a dark park at night. The Jewish-Arab relations in Jerusalem are not always so great. So I was felt a little nervous, but turned out he just wanted to talk. And where'd that story start was, sorry, it's 4 a.m. here, so I kind of lost my train of thought. I had a good part of that story, but yeah, I'm going to lose my audience here because I lost the train of thought. If I lose you that easily, we were never really together, right? YouTube is so fickle that I know people just click and unclick at the drop of a hat. So if you're really with me, you'll be with me even if I lose my train of thought at 4 in the morning after staying up all night out in the park. Um, oh yeah. So I was telling this Muslim guy that I was in Islam for a year before becoming religious Jewish, and that there's no drinking in Islam, which I liked because before Islam I'd been Buddhist where there's no drinking. And I told him I never took Shahada. That's when you really convert to Islam. So I told him I never took Shahada because if someone took Shahada and they quit, there's an idea in Islam that you're supposed to kill them. So I want to make it clear that, I had never fully converted, just studying it, And I told him when I became religious Jewish, I went to Chabad and some places there's a little too much drinking in Chabad, and I told him I felt uncomfortable, and that's why I found Breslov, because the wasn't the only reason, but just fit in that in Breslov there's mostly no drinking at all. But in Chabad there's not supposed to be too much drinking. The Rebbe famously said, only take 4 shot glasses for bringing at a kind of spiritual party of men. 4 glasses would put me under the table, but still, for most people, it doesn't even faze them. So I never really got the hippie out of me, and so I found my way back to Breslov. I say back to Breslov because when I went to Uman for the first time, I had this unmistakable feeling that I had done it before. What do we know? Past lives, Gilgulim. What do we know? I just had this unmistakable feeling when I went to Uman, and then we also drove to Breslov, which is a long, beautiful drive through the country. Just unmistakable, familiar feeling. I was like, wow, I somehow kind of remember this. Kind of is the key word, because I couldn't remember it word for word, so to speak, but it was really familiar, And so thank God the hippie in me has found a home in Breslov. And I don't think I'm going anywhere else. People always say, how do you know you're not going to become something else? Basically, because I did everything else. When I say everything else, I mean everything else, I was one of those crazy Jews that needed to look everywhere first. I used to make a joke, I've done everything except Zoroastrianism. And then one of my clients said, oh, my uncle's a Zoroastrian priest. I said, great, I want to meet him. I'd like to find out about it, So then that was in the process when I finally became a religious Jew. So I never got to meet him, Maybe, maybe I missed out. Maybe that was the true path. Zoroastrianism, for those of you that don't remember from your world religions class, is like some kind of animistic religion from the Middle East, fire worship. They put it in the world's great religions classes, but no one really remembers it or hardly practices it anymore, I think. Maybe something similar to the Yazidi. The Yazidis, you remember, were being killed by the ISIS a little while ago. The Muslim guy in the park, he made a big point that Iran is not real Islam. So I told him, if you feel so strongly, please, bring them to the Islam of peace. We need it. Please, God. Like to drink muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. Like to drink I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. It's kind of a problematic song because from muddy water you can get giardia. Paul Pitchford, my main teacher in health for 4 or 5 years, he said that giardia was the gift, in quotes, that Americans that we got from Vietnam. Apparently it came from Vietnam. He's it's the kind of gift/curse that we got for being in that whole mess over there. Politics aside, politics included, we should all be healthy. We should all make peace. I was telling that Muslim guy about Eliyahu McLean, my friend who everyone should know about in the peace movement. He's really special, doing special things. Rather drink muddy water, sleep out under a hollow log. Okay, you should have all the blessings. And once in a while, maybe try it. Once a week, go to bed super early, 6 p.m. Exhaust yourself, exercising twice during the day or something. Just go nuts and then go to bed super early. Get up in the middle of the night. Just go out to a park, man. You feel like you get this new reboot, And it's free. A lot of people are always complaining they don't have money to get healthy. Give me a break. It's free. All right. God bless you. God bless you. God keep you.